is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm here with some vintage ephemera and I thought let's just come along and have a bit of a play at kind of altering some vintage ephemera to make it look a little bit different how it currently does. So I was so lucky. I got these whole bunch of, they're like German invoices, and yeah, they're really gorgeous. I mean, look at how fragile that they are. Now they were all contained in a big sort of book. So they've got this stuff like down the side where they were basically attached. So I mean, in some places I will probably leave this on and sometimes I will take it off. We'll just kind of play around and, you know, see what kind of happens with it really, and yeah, just mix and match really. So that's what this is. I've got some sheet music covers, which, you know, I just absolutely love the covers of sheet music. And then I've got this, which wasn't the cover, but it's got, you know, these kinds of like little titly type bits that we can use there. And then what else I've done, now I've stamped a whole bunch of stuff, and what I've done, I've stamped them, kind of taken A4 sheets and stamped a whole bunch of things on. So I've got some tracing paper bits, some book page bits, not very much I have to say because I wasn't so sure that I liked it on the book page. And then some coffee dye bits like this. And then what I've got as well is some of that chip paper, you know, the grease-proof chip paper, fish and chip paper. And I've just stamped a whole bunch of different things onto here. And what I've done, I've just stapled it in the corner. I've had to do two because they were quite big bundles by the time I've done all the stamping. But I thought it just keeps it all together. And actually what I could do is put a bulldog clip on here and hang it on a little nail in my craft room. So then I've got just a whole bunch of kind of ready stamped pieces that I can just pull in, you know, if I want some stamped bits and bobs. So that is those. Right, so what we're going to do, oh, and I've also got my Tim Holtz, you know, tiny attacher. So all I thought that we would do is literally have a look at these and sort of see whether we can make some other more interesting bits of ephemera. I mean, obviously, these are gorgeous, you know, exactly as they are. They don't really need to kind of be altered in any way, shape or form. They are lovely. So I mean, I was super lucky to be able to get them, but you know, you don't always want to just fold them up and just have them as they are. So I thought let's create some other little bits and pieces using these. So for instance, this one, obviously it's got that natural kind of point here where it's got the line. So I'm just going to cut this down like this. Now obviously, like I say, I mean, this is pretty thin paper, you know, because obviously it was, yeah, I guess the invoice type paper of the time. Then I've got this piece. Now this probably, I will probably leave as one piece, but I mean, who knows, I might change my mind. So let's just move these out the way. And all I thought that we would do is go through kind of the bits that I've stamped. So for instance here, stamped a ticket and I've stamped it into, I think this is like a purpley colour. I know that sounds strange to say, I think, but obviously it's not that bright, if you see what I mean. So it could be dark blue, but I think it is a sort of dark purple colour. So I'm just going to cut that out like that. Now, I will probably ink this up because it's not, you know, probably that, you know, that discoloured, if you see what I mean. So I don't want it, you know, looking out of place when I kind of put it with the other bits. And then what I'm going to do is take something from the sheet music. So again, let's just take here. Oh, I'm a bit torn now because it's got nice things on both sides. Right, well, let's go with this because this was the first piece, you know, that I had originally wanted to use. So yeah, let's do this. Okie dokie. So I've just taken that down. Ooh, sorry, that down there. And then I'm just going to make it sort of a better shape. Yeah, so I'm going to just take off here, this bottom section there. Okay, like that. Right, now I'm going to ink up my ticket piece. So I'll just use my vintage photo here and just, you know, yeah, just making it look a bit more grungy and vintage. Obviously, you know, this is very, very flimsy paper. So, I mean, it is kind of getting a little bit, you know, creased up while I'm inking it. Personally, I don't mind that. I think it all adds to the, you know, the vintage look. I mean, this obviously being original vintage, as you can see, I mean, it's got lots of creases in it because, of course, you know, it's pretty old. So I think the vintage actually, you know, the creases actually kind of add to the vintageness on the piece itself. So like that. Okay. Now this obviously is vintage, but as you can see, it's not particularly discoloured. So let's make it a bit more discoloured so it looks, you know, a little bit older still. So like that. Okie dokie. And then all I'm going to do is just create a slightly more kind of interesting looking piece. So probably staple it on one end. So probably here. We'll go in with this as well. And then I think what we'll do actually is put a postage stamp with that as well. So obviously, because that's that dark purple, let's just see if I've got a dark purple postage stamp. Again, just going to ink this up. You know, it is vintage, but it's not overly discoloured. And just like that. And I'm just going to staple the whole thing together there on the edge. And then, of course, you know, when you put that into a journal, I mean, you could just kind of like paperclip it onto a page like that. But probably I would fold this round here so that this is then more or less the same length as, you know, as all of the bits here. So it just kind of creates a bit more of an interesting piece to look at, doesn't it? So let's put that to one side. Okay, right, let's pull in this one now. So obviously this is the remainder of the invoicey type piece. So now I've got an Eiffel Tower piece here that's left from something else. So I'm going to take some of the tracing paper bits, I think, for this. Tracing paper or vellum. All right, let's have a look. So for this one, let's do one of these lovely bits. So just going to cut this out. Now, obviously, I want to try and keep my colours kind of a bit different. So although this is on the bottom with, you know, that first class kind of bit of writing, I'm not going to include that because I want to keep, you know, a few different colours. I don't want it all to just look really kind of, you know, colourless and boring. So like that. And then I think it needs something, you know, another shape to put in there. So perhaps again I'll take a piece from the sheet music, maybe this section here. So I might just go down, oh, where do I want to go? Right, actually I'm going to come right down here and cut the whole top section off. Then we can have a play around and sort of see which parts we want to add. So definitely want to, I think, take it down here. And then across here like that. Okay. And then I think what I'll do is I'm going to cut along here so as I get this section as another little piece to, you know, attach separately. So like that. Okie dokie. So they're very similar to those bits that we did a couple of weeks ago. Thinking I'm going to take this bit off here. And then I can just make it slightly smaller. So like that and like that. Okie dokie. So again, just kind of ink this up, you know, not that it's not vintage, but it's not discoloured. So yeah, just ink that up and then just go around here. And then here, this lovely vellum piece. Like that, okay. So, and again, just have a look and see whether I've got any postage stamps that might kind of look good with this. I mean, I've got this one. I know it's kind of a different colour, but it might look quite nice having a bit of a different colour. Or, of course, I can match it up with a bit of a better colour match. I cannot see for the life of me what that actually is on that stamp. Can you guys see what that is? No idea. Literally no idea. I don't know what that is. I don't know. No idea. I've not even got it up the right way. Oh, I don't know. Right, okay, so let's just take that and that one maybe. So again, just kind of layering these bits up like this, and then I think, actually, do I want the Eiffel Tower? I might take something else, perhaps. Just have a look. Oh, I might take some of the, yeah, let's take some of this with the, you know, the first class kind of writing on it and things. So let's just see if I've got any of that. Okay. Oh, it's all blue. Don't believe it. Must have not stamped any of that in black, would you believe? Honestly, we spend all this time doing things, don't we? And what now stamped the one thing that I would have quite liked. Well, that's fine. Annoying, but fine. Yeah. Oh, would you believe it? I've only got it here on the tracing paper or the vellum. That's fine. I'll just take that. So, and I'm just going to tear that down there. Okay, like that. Right, so just going to, again, ink this up a bit. Okay, looking good. Right, so going to put this here and here, like that. And I'm just going to, oops, attach the postage stamp. I'm just going to put 2 postage stamps on here. Oh, and actually I nearly forgot then to have this. Oops. Oh, come on. Oh, can't pick it up. What's going on with me? Right. So let's have that between those postage stamps. Like that. And then just staple all of that together. Oops, like this. Okay, and then again, obviously, just going to fold that in half. And obviously fold this, you know, any kind of straggly bits, fold them all in half as well. So that, well, not in half, but, you know, wrapping around, I guess, would be the description. Like that. So all my bits now are kind of the same size. So, I mean, it's just creating a bit more of an interesting look, isn't it? So let's put that to one side. Right, let's get in another one. So, and I've got some that are smaller in the first place. So I'll just take one of these, for example. So what I could do is take this down here. I mean, obviously these, like I say, they're quite good because they've got like this natural point that sort of wants to be cut into, you know, with that line. And then what I might do is actually cut this one down here, like that. And then what I can do is obviously, you know, oh no, I was going to put that there, but actually that's not the right shape at all. So that's fine. So I'll put the Eiffel Tower one on here, I think. And we'll just take a ticket piece. So let's see if I've got a ticket piece that's actually here on the end. Oh, what did I do with that one that I just had, you know, where I left it hanging? So I'll just take that one. We'll just attach that one to here. Okay. And what we could do actually with this, I'm thinking, is, you know, punch a couple of holes in this so it looks a bit more you know, like a used sort of ticket type piece. So just with my crocodile, just going to like punch a couple of holes. You know, like where the punchy man does, you know, when he, oops, sorry about that. Hold on, it's my doorbell. Hang on. Oh, sorry about that. Right, okay. So yeah, we were going to put these bits here, weren't we? And yep, let's just see. I want to have a post stamp or anything. Not sure that that's really kind of adding a lot there. Just having a look around to see. Let's just take a piece perhaps from here. So, oops, not that one, hold on. Ooh. We've got this one which has obviously got red on it, which not necessarily quite what I had in mind, but actually up here we've just got the name here, which is better, so keeping it kind of a bit more neutral like that. Okay, take that there, because I think what you're looking to do is have different size pieces, you know, that's what's going to add the interest. So I mean, different size, couple of different colors, but also yeah, very much kind of the different size, because otherwise they're going to look, or it's going to look, you know, not so very interesting. So yeah, let's just have that kind of, or could have that going down there. That's rather cute, isn't it? So just going to then staple that in that corner. Let's hope that I've gone through all the bits of paper. Yep. And then obviously what we could do with this is, again, fold it in half. Might even be able to fold this down into, you know, a much smaller piece that would just go then into, you know, a teeny weeny pocket. So, you know, it's just a really kind of cute little nifty piece, isn't it? So, yeah, that's another one. So what did I do with the rest of it? Here we go. Okay, so here we've got this little portion, which, you know, is pretty tiny, isn't it? So what we could do is layer that up. Now, it's always quite nice when you get different coloured bits, because of course then you could layer up, you know, different coloured bits. So this obviously is on this pale sort of duck eggy blue colour. So take this here, oops. Now, yeah, I think actually, I'm thinking, oh, that might be too big for that. It's kind of overpowering it, isn't it? So yeah, we'll have this, I think, on here. And then I've got some bits that are blue that I did in my stamping. Aha, right, we have got a couple of little bits in blue here. So, I mean, not that I'm necessarily trying to keep it all the same, but I think this is going to look good. So let's take this little stamped piece here down. And then we could have a butterfly on there. Oh, it's a tough decision, isn't it? Or I've got some smaller bits here, so let's just have a look at these. So I stamped quite a few little tiny bits onto this kind of chip paper. So I've got this crown, so let's take that. Okay. So I'm just going to tear across at the bottom. We'll just take it down here. Okay. And then what I'll do, I'll just ink around these few bits. Oops. Like that. You know, like I say, not too worried if this crumples up a bit, because actually it maybe would benefit from being crumpled up a little bit. So it's not looking like it's just, I was going to say stepped off the printer. It hasn't stepped off the printer because of course I've stamped these bits, but okay, like that. Ooh, nearly got it the wrong way around. So, I mean, to be honest, you could go in the other end, although this end's more interesting. So probably nicer to keep it down here like that. And then I'll just see whether we've got any. Oh, here we go. I've got my butterflies from my Basics Junk Journal kit. So let's take the butterfly. just, it caught my eye because this is obviously really good colour match to the, you know, the original kind of invoice. I mean, it's not exactly a match, if you know what I mean, but it is a sort of duck egg blue shade, which of course, so is that invoice. So I just thought, oh, actually that's going to look pretty good. So let's just ink that up. Yeah, should we staple those together? And I'm just thinking maybe we could have a postage stamp on here as well, which would just finish this off. So let's see. So I've got that one, which, you know, it's got lots of good blues and things on there as well. So, you know, we're just kind of coordinating bits on there really. So staple in there like that. How yummy does that look? And again, you know, this one, I'll probably just fold this in maybe thirds. So it's then roughly the size of that front piece. So then it's all contained, you know, really neatly in that little kind of package. And then obviously you've got that original piece of ephemera there. And, you know, obviously you can then journal on the back of all of these. So, oh, that's got some writing on there. Isn't that gorgeous handwriting? Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So, yeah, just really kind of cute, fun things to do. So let's put that one to the side. Right, let's pull in another one. So obviously we've got the other section of the blue there. Let's have a look. So I've got a ticket here. So I'll just cut the ticket down. Okay. Right. Oh, how nice does that look? So what I might do is go along the edge here. I'm just having a look. Oh, have I got my hair thinning scissors here? Oh, can't see them. I don't know what I've done with them at the moment. Oh yeah, they're there. I thought, well, that's funny. I'm pretty good when it comes to looking after those. I try and keep them straight away in my tin. But yeah, for a minute, I couldn't see them and I thought, oh, I don't believe it. Now I've lost those. So I'm just going to go down the edge, just so as we get that sort of crimped edge. It looks a little bit more, you know, ticket-like maybe, or a bit more interesting anyway. So, and they're just hair thinning scissors that I just bought them from Amazon, because I know that lots of you do ask, you know, where did I get those? They're just from Amazon. If you just search hair thinning scissors, you know, then hopefully you'll get something kind of similar. Right, so now I'm going to use a piece of the chip sort of deli type paper. So I've got this here with, it's just got this like circle piece. Now, wondering whether I might be able to actually, might be able to cut this round. Oh, circles, my worst nightmare for cutting. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect, just as long as it's, you know, good enough. Okay. Oh my goodness, come on. Okay. Oh, now this did not stamp very well, it's got to be said. So it's even hard to see what way up it's supposed to go, but I think that's the right way up. So like that. It looks quite nice on there, actually. So even though I have my doubts, actually, it does look quite nice on there. Now, just wondering whether we want to have anything else. I've got, yeah, I've got like those little butterflies. So let's just take that butterfly. Again, just going to ink that up a bit. Oh, look. Just going to cover up that stamp altogether. So, it's not brilliant. So I might not be able to do that. So let's just put that there for another one. I have got another one of those thingamybobs, or I've got, oh, I have also got my little bows, which I'm thinking we might be able to even put a bow on here. Oh, I think it's probably too big, but let me just check whether I've got any others like in better better colour or better size. I've got this one, which is probably too small, or I've got the other one, which is probably too big. Let's try this one out first. So, oh, best put my glasses on for trying to cut this out. Oh my goodness. Okie dokie. Okay. Oh, come on. Okay, right. So, don't know whether that bow really looks like it's adding anything to that. I mean, maybe it looks better on there actually. So just going to add that bow on the end of that ticket. Well, I will if my glue actually wants to cooperate, which it doesn't. So let me just use my hot glue. This is complete and utter nonsense, to be honest, using my hot glue for this, but never mind. Right, like that. And then this one, just going to staple there. So all of these are pretty flimsy pieces of paper, to be honest. I mean, obviously this invoice is flimsy. This is just copy paper. This is that chipbook paper. And this is just a piece of postage stamp. So it's all quite fiddly or flimsy. And then again, just fold that over like that. So, I mean, they're just really, really pretty, aren't they? I mean, like I say, you know, you could easily put these into your journals just exactly as they came. But, you know, sometimes it's nice to just do something a little bit different, isn't it? You know, even if you just had some and some. So let's take this one now. Shall we try a piece of the book page here? So, oh, this must have not been stapled on. So, yeah. Okay, right, let's take the, again, I'm going to take that Eiffel Tower, I think. I just always love anything with the Eiffel Tower on, to be honest. It's got that, well, it's not like a magical quality, but, you know, it just has that amazing quality, doesn't it? That it just, oh, anything with the Eiffel Tower for me just looks incredible and gorgeous. So, and what I might do is just cut just maybe this edge with those thinning scissors. Just so, again, it's got a little bit more going on. I mean, not that you can really even notice, but it just is adding a little extra something. So, and just then go down that edge to sort of emphasise it a bit more. Okie doke. It's quite nice, isn't it? Okay, right. And then let's have another vellum piece, shall we? So shall we have, I think, in one of the cars. So this is one of those gorgeous crafty individual stamps. I know I've used these, you know, I did a series obviously when I first got them, when I did a sort of collaboration with Crafty Individuals. So yeah, if you want these stamps, they're on the Crafty Individuals website. I can't remember, I think it's craftyindividuals.co.uk, but if not, if you just search Crafty Individuals stamps, then, you know, their website will come up. So, okay, and then just ink around this a little bit. Okie dokie. Now for this one, I don't know why, but for some reason, I'm getting this kind of like vibe of doing a wax seal. Yeah, for some reason, I don't know why, but just something about it is kind of saying to me, oh, have a wax seal on here. So let's just staple this together. Maybe the Eiffel Tower over the postage stamp. Yeah, I'd rather probably have the Eiffel Tower showing than that man. Not that there's anything wrong with that man, but I just love the Eiffel Tower images. So yeah, if I can possibly keep that showing, then that's great. Now I have to say I've done loads more wax seals. I'm like wax seal crazy at the moment. That one's quite nice, isn't it? Do we like that? And now I'm actually thinking as well, shall we have a ticket? Hold on 2 seconds, sorry. Oh, sorry about that. It's just going to be one of those mornings, I'm afraid. So yeah, then had my phone obviously ringing. So yeah, really sorry about that. Right, I'm just quickly taking one of these little labels because I'm thinking actually perhaps it needs a little label on this one as well, just for an extra, little extra something. So let's just see. Yeah, maybe the little label as well. So again, just going to kind of staple that on. So now obviously I've got 2 staples, but that's fine, I don't mind. So like that, and then the wax seal. I mean, we don't even have to have the wax seal here in the corner. I know that seems like the obvious place, but actually we could have the wax seal here on the, you know, on the bottom, kind of on that piece of vintage ephemera. Could have it, yeah. What do we think? Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't know. It probably looks best here, it's got to be said. I mean, obviously then my pieces are kind of like laying over it, or it's going to have to kind of clamp those down, which I'm not sure whether I really like it with those pieces. So perhaps we'll give that a miss and won't have the wax seal on there. So let me just get a bow instead, I think. And yeah, let's just have a bow on there instead, I think. I mean, not that it really needs anything, but just thought, let's just finish that off with a bow. Okay. Going to ink that up like that. Okay. Oh dear. And just pop that down on there. Doesn't that look cute, just in the corner? So yeah, let's just quickly pop that down just there. I mean, it is covering up the staples, but to be honest, not that I minded the staples showing, but you know, I guess, yeah, it looks kind of pretty. And again, you could then just fold that in half, not even in half, but kind of just in line with the, you know, with that vellum car piece. So yeah, I mean, aren't they just so cute? I mean, you know, not kind of obviously rocket science or probably anything new whatsoever, but I just think they're, you know, a bit of a different way to use some of your vintage pieces of ephemera. And I mean, look at these gorgeous, gorgeous pieces that we've got now. I mean, they're so super yummy. And it makes it all kind of a bit more interesting to look through your journals. So like I say, I mean, you could, of course, just put your vintage ephemera in exactly as it comes, and that would be absolutely lovely. And I do that frequently myself, you know, anyway. But aren't these just so yummy? And, you know, it's just made those pieces of vintage ephemera a little bit more interesting and a little bit more interactive. And, yeah, just kind of like giving them a bit of a facelift, I guess, a facelift for old, you know, old pieces. So yeah, hope that you like them. Maybe it's given you some inspiration of things to do with some of your vintage pieces of ephemera. And yeah, have fun if you decide to do some bits like this. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks then. Bye.